the Apache Airflow project. The Apache Airflow project is one of the main projects that orchestrates offline jobs for data pipelines. What do you mean, and why do we need even orchestration tools for offline data pipelines? So basically, in the online world, we have a request to the server, and the response usually should be pretty fast. Let's say milliseconds or up to tens of milliseconds. In the offline world, we process a lot of data. Processing a lot of data takes time, so it's not a request-response process. It's submit of a task, and then we wait for the task to end, which could take from minutes or seconds to hours, and in extreme non-good cases, days. But let's say it takes a few tens of minutes, and then we take the output of the first job and pass it to the second job. Usually the first job is something like collect the data, the second job is cleanup of the data, the third job would be to generate some models on top of it, generate some statistics on top of it, generate some results, and then the next data job would be a selection of which results we want, or ranking, first ranking, and then selecting some of the results. So as you see, we have multiple jobs, and we need to run them, usually one after another. Maybe some of them can be run in parallel if you are running for multiple dates, and we can run, let's say, 10 days for each day in its own parallel job. But usually they take place one after another, and let's say on a daily or on a weekly schedule. So one way to do this would be to say, okay, first job would run on day 1, second job would run on day 2, third job would run on day 3. But what happens if one of them failed? The third job need to handle this or run on the previous date. How do they know on which dates to run? How do we monitor which job is running? How do we know how much time it's taking each job to run? How do we see the logs? How do we add a job in between? This whole world is called the scheduling of offline jobs or orchestration of offline jobs. And one of the solutions is Apache Airflow. And now let's discuss in more details what is Apache Airflow. It is the scheduling and orchestration. So in scheduling and orchestration, it's not enough just to schedule the jobs. It's not enough just to submit the jobs. You need a developer-friendly environment. So Airflow has one box where you can install everything in one component on your laptop and have it all working locally. This is great. In this way, you can test things on your laptop. So Apache Airflow also has the possibility to be installed with agents on multiple machines, which is also great. Apache Airflow has a very nice user interface for you to interact with, to see what is the status of the jobs, to retry jobs, to see the logs, to see the DAG, the direct acyclic graph of the jobs process. This is also great. Apache Airflow is used by millions of customers, which is also great because we have many resources for it. Apache Airflow also has a command line, so if you want to add a task or view the status of the task, you can just run command lines to view them. So you see, it's a whole suite of user interface, plus scheduling, plus orchestration, plus developers friendly, plus extensions that you can append to it. It appears to be very nice. It's important to know that Apache Airflow is not the things, it's not Spark, okay? It's not the running, it's the orchestration of the thing. When your job actually runs, then you need to have the process, be it a Spark job or whatever. Apache Airflow is the thing that would click the button. Apache Airflow is the thing that will start your Spark job. Apache Airflow also has a metastore, a database that you connect either to SQLite or PostgreSQL, and there it would store all the status of all the tasks that you have. Apache Airflow also have an API that you can call in order to run tasks. This is where the UI, the decoupling of the UI from the backend server is. Apache Airflow is an open source, which is great. It's an open platform. You can programmatically schedule and monitor the workflow, which is also great. So this was a brief introduction to Apache Airflow.